Hello, people. I want to discuss coping with the quiet times of your manifestations, right? So I had a lot of points in my life where I've done the energy work. I was calm about everything. I mentally was prepared to accept whatever it was that I needed to accept. I just kind of let go, and then everything got quiet. And then it started making noise. And the noise that it was making was very rambunctious, okay? It was like almost, you're going to prove yourself. Time to prove yourself. But in the moment, I already had went through so much, okay? Personally trying to heal and realize where I was making decisions and things were sabotaging my own self. And then in the midst of that, it's like, I'm really just tired, okay? I'm just tired. Go on, send me what you're going to send me. I'm tired. I didn't know how to cope, okay, between my manifestations when they got quiet or when they got rowdy or when it wasn't what I wanted. I didn't know how to handle that. Why is it so loud when I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm actually, this is the purest I've ever been in my life. So why is everything still shaking up, rooting, and going crazy? Well, things have to clear out. Your subconscious sometimes is still operating under a certain way of thinking. Things around you have to fall into alignment of what your transition as well. And those things can bring about turbulence, you know? So when you are in a quiet time of your manifestation, or not even a quiet time, if it's a rowdy time, you don't let things that's outside of you forget who you are on the inside. And let me tell you, it's easier said than done. Because the moment I got up, this bill due, this bill gonna be late, this ain't. I had to do a lot of things this year that I have never done in my life. And I was like, hold on, you mean to tell me I came from having XYZ amount of money left over to now hoping and praying that the intuition that the message I received was the correct one? I was in a state of shock, okay? But what I can tell you from that is you have to listen to yourself. You have to trust yourself. Your inner being knows exactly what it is doing. Your fears and your anxiety based off of a prior experience or what you not, even if you haven't experienced it for yourself, if you have seen other people experience or heard of them experiencing it, it can ravel up inside of you as a subconscious fear. You can take a projection on, and now you're operating under projections. I operated and let me tell you, every single day when I wake up, I have to reaffirm to myself and remind myself, because my brain will be tripping. But it's so not worth it for you to give into your own things that you feel. You got to be quiet and listen to that intuition, because the intuition is going to tell you how to move, where to go. And you can't even hear in a room full of people if you are allowing your fear and anxiety to override everything that's going on. Deep breaths. I was just talking with a friend about systematic breathing. Diaphragm breaths. Deep down to replenish. You'll never know what a good deep from that gut feeling feels like. You'll never know what that feels like if you don't try it. But not to keep rambling on, let's go ahead. I wanted to actually pull a card. I love pulling these cards now, y'all. I want to pull a card from the Work Your Light Oracle deck, which is my favorite deck. I'm going to get some more decks in just a second, okay? And see what messages they have for the people out there right now who are trying to cope with life while they are trying to bring forth the manifestation. What message, Spirit, do you desire for me to deliver? What intuitive message do you desire for me to deliver to your collective today regarding manifestation and the waiting room process? basically what I'm saying, the waiting room process. Thank you. Mirror. This is a shadow work card. Who or what is triggering you? I know this to be a shadow work card. I pulled it long time ago. The book is right here. Who or what is mirroring you? So right now we stand in need of knowing how things are unfolding for us, basically. So we're going to get the messages from the card to see how things are unfolding. This is the mirror card. So this is interesting because this card here is inviting you to look at everything around you right now that is triggering you, whether it be people, events, circumstances, whatever it is, whatever's triggering you in this moment. You need to take time to sit with that and heal that. So while you don't be on the universe back looking for some manifestation, because you got some stuff that you need to clear out and heal while you're in your waiting process. So while first and foremost, know that everything that you're asking for, desiring for, it is on its way to you. The only reason why it's not here yet is because there are some things that need to be prepared on the way. Okay, that's a real thing. That's a real thing. Like, it's not just something that people say. That's a real thing. I've experienced it. So going into the card, this card is guiding you to look closely at what experiences or people are currently triggering you and what they could be mirroring back to you. When have you felt like this before? Could there be opportunities to heal something in you? Or are they shining a light on something that longs to be witnessed in you? Questions for journaling at the end of this is, who or what is triggering you? And when I was going through my manifestation process, a lot of things were triggering me, and I was not aware of it. When you have to look around your shoulder to be like, okay, I'm waiting for this manifestation to fall through, and it's making my heart beat because I'm still waiting for it to fall through, then that is a trigger. That is a self-limiting belief somewhere in your mind that doesn't allow for trust. You have not yet processed a trust in the universe, because things are working out and aligning regardless if you see it or not. What is it in you that they are triggering? So if this is dealing with person, people, circumstances, what in you is being triggered in this moment? Is it an emotion of fear, guilt, lack, and lack just goes into lack of love, it's just so many different things. What emotion do you feel? Can you explain the emotion? Also, what part of you longs to be witnessed? I want to be seen valuable for whatever it is, whether it is a job that is caring for you and also paying for you, or a business idea that's very successful. What is it for you? It could be staying at home. What stay at home wife? Maybe I don't want to be a stay-at-home wife. Maybe I have things that I want. But what is it inside of you that longs to be witnessed? And if we're ever very honest with ourselves, attention makes us feel good. The only reason why you do not want any attention is because when you received attention in the past, you probably were reprimanded or made to feel bad about receiving it. But to receive is always good. To receive is the energy of abundance. So what is it that your soul wants to receive in order to be able to feel good? Whatever's happening in your life is really a point for you to look back and see, what can I be healed? That wouldn't be happening to you if a reason or a cause for healing. You need to look at things a little bit different. You need to get a new perspective. You need to develop within yourself a new perspective. There's some level of development based on the things that you're dealing with. If you cannot get the amount of money that you're wanting to make, look at your habits, look at your routines, look at your actions. What's triggering me? How can I work through this? How can I fix it? That's what you need to be focusing on. You don't focus on the manifestation and, okay, when I'm going to get my big bucks, because when you get the big bucks, you ain't even ready for the big bucks because you still got some subconscious processing that you need to work on. So what's mirroring you? Focus on the man in the mirror. Okay, go play that song, by the way. I've been a song chick lately. But it's time to focus on the things in the mirror while you do everything that you can do. If you have a manifestation on the board, there's a list that's gonna follow, a list of actions that's gonna follow. If you don't follow through on all them actions and it ain't nothing left but you to do but to believe and to trust, you can't get around that. You gotta believe and you gotta trust. And if you are struggling to do so, you need to sit in the mirror and figure out what's triggering me. Why is it triggering me? You know, keep talking to yourself until you get to the root cause of this thing, because sometimes we just be lying to ourselves about stuff. We lie. We make up stories about stuff, and it's not really that's not what's happening right now. Let's get real. Let's buckle down and get honest, because manifestations are on the way, and if you're not ready, that's a different type of conversation. Okay? So right now, anybody who is waiting on their manifestation to pop through, you need to be working on what's triggering you if you struggle in that area. If you don't struggle in the area with no triggers, you just waiting every day for your but I mean, if you waiting every day and you're not presently living, like creating stuff, yeah, you need to probably sit in the mirror, because what you waiting for? You're not living your life. You got to wait on that manifestation to truly be present to live your life. That's not what goes on. But anywho, however, my little twig in the back, whatever process, whatever stage that you're in your manifestations, do understand and do know that if you focus on loving yourself and being present with yourself and filling your cup in every single moment, instead of worrying and waiting and sitting and looking, all you can do in a day is do what you need to do. Get off your butt and do the actions that it takes, the energy that it requires to get these dreams off whatever it is that you're trying to do, to get it off the map. After you've done that, you've actually applied yourself, and you can't say that you're the reason that something happened. You gotta sit back and let that energy marinate and cook and simmer, just like the chicken. I told my brother the other day, just like the chicken. You know, when you want to season your chicken, sit it overnight so it can be real good. It's seasoning. It's gonna be real good. Just hold on. Just hold on. We want to marinate it some. And things take time. You want to get in there right now, and you get in there right now, and it won't even be as prosperous as it was going to be when the time was going to come for you. I mean, you could get in, but you ain't going to stay in. So we're going to take you to energies in which you can stay in. So be blessed and be peaceful on your path to manifesting.